Although we are active Church of Satan members, we do not speak on their behalf. The following contains language in an adult manner and poorly impersonated celebrity voices. Listener discretion is advised.
This morning, I woke up and I had to shave my face. And when I shaved my face, I cut myself just a little. And when I bled not red. I bled the devil you know podcast.
All right, Dorian, episode 11.
What is up, my friend?
How goes it?
It goes pretty well, actually.
Cool.
It's going all right, man.
Did you, there's a movie out that everybody's buzzing about. Did you happen to see it?
Are you talking about Frozen 2?
Yes.
Isn't that one out now? I don't know. No. Yeah. Of course, you know I got Star Wars tattoos, so I mean, you know I was there. Actually, this is I don't know, something about this town that I just moved into is kind of strange because I know all over the place that Star Wars has been sold out. The opening nights were sold out ahead of time. My wife and I, we bought our tickets 2 months before we even moved out here.
Yeah.
We go to the theater and we had tickets for 11:30 showing. We go to the theater. We get there 2 hours early. I'm expecting a line. I'm expecting Star Wars geeks everywhere. It's pretty mellow. There's people there. Right. And apparently they opened up another time for 10:30 and they still had tickets available. And there was no lines. Somebody who saw me and recognized me said, "Hey, just come into our theater." We're like, it was kind of weird because I was disappointed about the experience. I thought that I was going to be hanging out with, just a packed house full of diehard geeks, and I know that happened all over the place everywhere else, but for whatever reason, the town I'm in was not like that. It's kind of
wow.
It was good though. It was mellow. It just wasn't what I expected. But
yeah, here when we finally seen it, after we got back from San Diego, we went on Sunday and we went to see it, and it wasn't filled up, it wasn't sold out, nobody was dressed up, but when the movie started, oh, you know what? Let's make it a little announcement. There may be some spoilers here, so if you haven't seen it and you're like, I don't want to hear what you're saying, just fast
skip
forward
this part
or something. Yeah, a little bit. But anyway,
you can just kind of skip through here. Han Solo.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there and we're with the family and we're watching it and eating popcorn, doing whatever, and it starts and the thing dun, 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 and the whole crowd just starts like it was a concert, just starts woo and clapping, and it was awesome. So
yeah,
I did too. I joined in.
So did you like the movie?
I did like it. I mean, with J.J. Abrams and the thing, I was really like, oh, what's he gonna do? Because it isn't technically Lucas. It's a different person. And with what he did with Star Trek, you got those people that are like diehard Star Trekkers, Trekkies, whatever, and they see it going a certain way. And I heard people say, well, you can't eject the core from the Enterprise and that model. And I'm like, dude, really? Like, yeah. It was just okay, great. I'm glad you feel that passionate about it, but I like the things he does. He's I think he's a visionary. He sees things in a different way and presents them in a different way. And I like what he did with Star Wars. I really do. You?
Absolutely. Yeah. I did. And I'll be honest, it kind of took me a few minutes getting into it, only just because of, I think, the way it started, like I said, in my experience, what I was expecting with the crowd and everything. And then, you're always used to that 20th century Fox music at the beginning of and wasn't there. Just all of a sudden, they're showing trailers, and all of a sudden it's like a long time ago, and like, oh, it's starting, and it almost wasn't ready for it. But, but I did. I appreciate what he did. He knew that in the prequels, George Lucas had kind of abandoned his original audience, and so J.J. Abrams, he took the old original audience and pulled them in with things that they know and love, and use that as a way to introduce new characters.
Yeah.
So that way, in a couple movies from now, you won't need any of those original casts anymore. You know, even the old fans will be in love with new characters, and it was actually now, you know, I'm a diehard fan. I know a lot of diehard fans who, of course, loved it. The reviews are great. There are people out there who they just purposely, you know, they're not fans, but they purposely, you know, if it's at all trendy, then they're just instantly going to be against it. I actually saw one guy said, "Yeah, Star Wars sucks. I mean, I haven't seen it, but," and I was just like, you know, if you have no clue, you know, it's just the whole I have to be anti everything, you know. Then there's a couple of people who are diehard fans who I think maybe they went in with the wrong attitude. They expected to see something go wrong and not be what they wanted.
Yeah,
they forgot to see it as their, you know, child self again.
Yeah, those people remind me of Kathy Bates from Misery. He never got out of the cock-a-doodie car, you know, and like you're like, whoa, dude.
Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, you got to go, and exactly that is the thing. You have to go in if you're expecting Star Wars to be real, and that's one of the things I really hate when people are like, oh, that's so unrealistic. Like, really? You go to Star Wars to see something realistic? Fucking moron.
Yeah. Here's something else. There's no such thing as sounds in space, buddy. Okay.
There's a whole lot of things that are wrong.
You know, like, yeah.
But you know, I mean, yeah, you're supposed to go to just kind of lose yourself and just have fun and enjoy it, and that's what I did. But you know, I mean, yeah, it's hard when you're a diehard fan too, especially like, you know, like I'm one of those guys who not only, you know, has all the movies memorized, but I've read tons and tons of Star Wars books, and you know, dude, I could totally become a Star Wars historian.
Right, I mean, and that's not creepy at all, I might add.
No, exactly,
no,
right? Hey, I got a hot wife, so you know, what do I care?
Yeah, right.
But you know, but still, you know, so there's a side of me that, you know, of course, wants to be protective of it, wants to go, hey, don't screw this up. But imagine the pressure that J.J. Abrams was facing, and he's not even the writer of the story, so it's like, you know, the people are just gonna, you know, those who do get upset, like, you know, oh, J.J. Abrams ruined my childhood. Like, shut the fuck up. He did not. You know, if that's all you had, you know, you had problems to begin with.
Yeah. You know, there's bigger things to throw a protest up against, you know, like maybe a football game prayer or some shit, you know. Right, exactly. So anyway, yeah, I mean, what did you think? What were like some of your favorite parts of the movie?
Well, let's see. I don't know what we have to be careful of. So I guess we did just say that there are spoilers in there. So I think some of the ways that the characters are they're basically dealing with a force, actually the force, but they don't know anything about it. So I found that really interesting. Like, a lot of people instantly, I saw a ton of people saying, Kylo Ren, you're no Darth Vader. Well, no shit. He's learning. He has no idea. He's trying to figure this shit out.
Well, he's still in training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a kid.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can see when he gets upset. He has these tantrums.
That's like saying, Anakin, you don't know anything yet. Durr.
Yeah. No shit. Exactly right. So I kind of liked seeing the kid that played Kylo Ren too. Like, you could see that in his eyes. Like, you know, he was on the verge of tears just from so much, you know,
stress.
Yeah, stress and it's just that searching inside and that struggle that he was dealing with.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was pretty good. You know, I mean, you know, some of our favorites are getting up there.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Harrison Ford is not a young guy, you know, and he can't. That kind of hurt me to see him running. I was like, don't run, Han. You can't run, man. He just doesn't have it in him.
Yeah, and speaking of getting old, Carrie Fisher, oof.
Yeah. She had a. I'm glad she's not breaking out the gold bikini anymore, but you know.
No.
Yeah, she. And there's something.
You know, growing up though, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like growing up with Carrie Fisher, like when, you know, back then, I don't remember a specific masturbation session where I beat off to her, but knowing me, I'm sure there was one. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
I had one
positive there was.
last
She was
week,
so
probably.
hot. And no, but after seeing her the other day, oof.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, life happens, you know. But there is something about her. At some point, I don't know if it's all the drugs, maybe it's the dental work, but something happened to her speech where she does a lot of shh in her speech now. And
Yeah.
look, you could tell that they were careful about kind of minimizing her dialogue because of that.
Like she
But
became Sean
gotta
Connery's
work with
daughter
what you
all of a
got.
sudden, you know.
Yeah, right.
Your mother's
But
a
yeah, I
whore.
mean,
Yeah.
they had to bring her in, you know, and be part of it. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think they were smart to do that to kind of. And there was a few things that, like, you know, again, spoilers. We haven't said it enough already, but the fact that Han and Leia are not together, and they've both gone on to do their own things, which, you know, it makes sense later as you watch the movie. But at first, you're just like, how are they not married and together? But you know that's not very realistic. You know, I mean, not that we're looking for realism, but I mean, you know, I think it adds to the story the fact that they put that in there that. You know, sometimes people drift apart, and then when they do, you know, what do they do? Well, they kind of go with what they're best at. And for Han, he went back to smuggling, and that was cool, you know. And
how badass was it when? And tell me if I'm saying this right. Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. How badass was it? He's coming into the camp they're raiding, right? And
the laser.
They shoot at him, and he just like stops it midair, like. Whoo.
That was pretty wicked. I got to admit.
I was like, yeah! Like as soon as it happened,
yeah, and it's just kind of sizzling there in the air. Yeah, that was pretty sharp. Yeah,
and then like you know, he just lets it go after he walks away. Like it was like he was just with his ability, just holding it there the whole time while he's taking care of business. It was freaking sweet.
And they did a good job with not spoiling the movie in any of the like posters and the you know, the previews and commercials and everything, because I think a lot of us expected what's his name, Finn. We expected him to be a Jedi because there's pictures of him holding the lightsaber.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he figured he'd have the Force powers, and so, you know, when it was Rey, I thought that was pretty cool. You know, I was like, my daughter's gonna have somebody to look up to now. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Now Rey, whose daughter is she?
Well, there's a lot of speculation about that. Of course, most people, their first thought is of course it's Luke's daughter.
Yeah.
But there is some other thoughts out there. One of the thoughts is that, and thank you, Adam Campbell, for sharing some stuff from the book with me. That's not in the movie, but apparently, Kylo, kind of as he's like kind of trying to probe her mind. Apparently, according to the books, as Adam told me, apparently he like recognizes her from something, and he wonders, you know, could she be the one? And then later, as he is trying to pull the lightsaber towards him, and she grabs it, he says something along the lines of, "So you are the one." So, an additional theory is that. As a little child, which, you know, she had the flashback during the lightsaber scene. She had the flashbacks about the training camp and everything.
Yeah.
So there's another theory that she is just a, sort of like Anakin, you know. She is another chosen one, so to speak, you know, where she's incredibly like just super powerful, and so maybe as Kylo was killing people at this Jedi camp, maybe as a baby she stopped him, you know. So I mean, you know, and then of course Luke, of course, was placed, you know, on Tatooine as a child, hidden away. So maybe Luke actually hid her away.
Yeah.
Whether that's his daughter or not. I mean, she could just be.
It is, but yeah.
There's a good chance. But, you know, it could just be that he just has come across another anomaly or whatever.
Yeah. But I was thinking, like, when they used to say about Anakin, he will bring balance to the Force, and and everyone thought it was Luke, but maybe it's not. It's Rey who ultimately does it through Luke. From
I mean, that's all. Yeah,
Anakin.
exactly. There's that possibility, and you know, I mean, there's, but then that could go on forever because I mean, like, you could argue that Anakin did bring balance to the Force by bringing in a little more dark side when there was only light. And you could also argue that Luke brought balance through him by bringing Anakin back again. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where that's a cycle that could just continue on forever. But
Yeah.
the original 6 movies are all about the Skywalker family, so it wouldn't be surprising if Rey was part of that.
Yeah.
But there are some other things that I could see her character being tied to Luke. One being a great pilot. Number 2 being able to just fix anything.
Yeah, and she picked up on the Force like so quickly. Like
once she realized that was her ability, then she knew how to that's what it was. Then she knew to just kind of close her eyes and
then right at the end, because like the whole time we're watching it, we're like, where's Luke? Where's Luke? And I guess the whole thing was where's Luke? But
yeah, exactly.
When he finally pulled off the hood and boom, how badass did he look, man?
Oh yeah, he looked amazing, and I think that was kind of an important part, though. I think it was important for this episode to just be about the search for him. I think it was good that he didn't say anything. It's just like that was like the culmination of this. We found him, because now chapter 2 is gonna, or I guess actually 8 is gonna be more of him being an important part of whatever happens next, of course.
Yeah. All right, how about BB-8? Cool little motherfucker, isn't he?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of those. Of course, he's cute, and there's certain things that he does, and there's also, of course, the kid appeal also.
Yeah.
Which I think is important for, and that kind of alludes to one of the things we were talking about earlier. I've said this before about the prequels and other movies, is that there's always aspects that are supposed to be aimed for children. I mean, when we fell in love with Star Wars, it wasn't as an adult,
right?
And so a lot of times I think people get down on stuff because they see it as an adult, or because they've been too jaded by Tarantino films or whatever, and they think that it's just gonna be use the Force, motherfucker. Like that's not gonna happen. So
say what again? Yeah.
Right. So I think you need those elements. And of course, that's one of them. Just like we have action, even the beasts that Han and Chewie were transporting when they got loose. They're kind of scary and stuff, but they're not. A kid can watch it though, and be okay with that. And,
all right, let's not drag it out too long. Thumbs up from Dorian and John.
Absolutely.
Let's move on.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for the highly acclaimed pseudo-satanic game show, What Lice?
Lice. If you fuck up, it will be nice for you. Lice. If you fuck up, it will be nice for you.
I'm the announcer, Neil Downward, and now here's your host with the most, Bob Ured.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you. Let's introduce the contestants, shall we? Our first contestant, all the way from the French the French Quarter, the Gimp and Pimp, Leuthold. How you doing, Leuthold?
Yeah, my name's Leuthold, and I'm the gimpinest, pimpinest motherfucker that ever done motherfucking pimp a motherfucking hoe.
Ooh.
My motherfucking gimp limp is available for a nominal fee, of course, motherfucker.
Oh, thank you for that. Our next contestant is the wonderful, the beautiful, the vivacious, the 50 Shades of what in the fuck? Bathory Draconia Satania Marduk, otherwise known as BDSM. How you doing, BDSM?
Well, I've got over 20 years as a mistress in the bloodletting scene, a degree in vampiric studies. I've also got a touch of bursitis in my shoulder, as lovely as that is, but otherwise I'm alright. Thank you for asking. You're such a nice boy, you dumb dicky.
Okay, thank you. Alright, finally, we have our favorite nutbag, windbag, wing nut, and pseudo-satanist Wolf Krelskin. How are you doing, Wolf?
Oh, how to do it? I told you a little bit about me, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of story about me. You see, I'm Wolf Carlson. I'm the sole leader of the Black Tabernacle of the Devil. I formed this organization 7 years ago. Revolving doors of members coming in and out, and I say I'm the only member, but that's because I'm the pure devil loving.
Well, okay.
I would like to break in here if I may.
Sure, little bear.
And I make sense when I talk, so y'all better listen to me, because when I say it goes.
Yeah,
Well, you like to break me. What are you talking about? Breaking me?
I said I got some motherfucking questions.
Sure. Oh, go ahead, little bear. What is it? Quickly, please.
Okay. I just got to know, with all this Black Lives Matter bullshit, why that tabernacle gotta be black? That sounds like...
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, my friends, boy. Why do French fries be called French fries? They're freedom fries, because they're in America. We call our tabernacle black, because black is the devil.
And I've seen a lot of motherfuckers in my day. You the motherfucking is motherfucker.
Alright, that's enough. Can we play the game, you dumb dickie?
Okay, thank you, BDSM. All right, then. And as always, we are joined by our announcer, our wonderful announcer, Neil. How you doing today, Neil?
I'm doing great, Bob. How are you?
I'm fine. Neil and Bob, everyone, and as often as possible. All right, you listen. You've all been briefed on the rules of the show. But for the audience and you listening at home, the rules are simple. Answer correctly and you will hear this. Answer incorrectly and you will hear this. Every question... Oh, boy.
That's a funny sound.
Thank you. Every question is worth 100 horns. Horns are doubled in our try and peek in under the tent speed round. The contestant with the most horns wins. Tell them what they'll win, Neil.
In today's game, the contestants have a chance to win a year's supply of King James Bibles for burning at your local grottos and services. When you absolutely need the best in blasphemy, burn a King James Bible, brought to you by the folks at Gideon. Also, from the folks at Gabeline, it's a crate of black lipstick. When Lucifer's ladies need to les out over a Westboro Baptist tombstone, do it with Gothic style. Maybe she's born with super devilly black lips. Maybe it's Gabeline. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I got some questions.
Sure, okay. I thought we were asking the questions, but go ahead, little bear.
If I win this motherfucking game, can I get a crate of motherfucking Colt 45?
we'll see what we can do.
Everywhere.
We'll ask the producers. Let's begin.
And finally,
shall
our
we?
grand
Oh, shit,
prize
sorry.
today is a 55-gallon drum of cyanide Kool-Aid.
Ooh.
Is going down, go down in flames and cherry flavor. Will your cult be remembered? Kool-Aid says, oh yeah.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Well,
All right.
All right. So anyway, let's begin, shall we? Okay. The first question, and this one is true or false. It is extremely satanic to put a poorly crafted pedophile-like statue of Baphomet on public grounds. Ooh, Wolf, you buzzed in first. What say you?
I'll say that's true.
Oh, that's wrong. Lobert, you buzzed in second. What say you?
That shit is motherfucking false because we don't need no motherfucking titless pedophile statues on no public grounds, motherfucker.
But you gave America a statue. You gave America a Statue of Liberty. You gave us a Statue of Liberty, so shut your hole, kiddo.
All right, let's keep it clean. Correct, Lobert. You've got 100 horns.
That is doggone horseshit.
Next question. This one is multiple choice. It is very satanic to create coloring books for children with satanic symbolism and hand them out to kids at schools. Your choice of answers are yes, no, or fuck no. BDSM, you buzzed in first. What say you?
Fuck no, you dumb dickie, because...
Okay. That's right, you're correct. 100 horns for you. Okay, next question. Okay, Stop spanking that monkey. Next question, another true and false. It is satanic to interrupt a high school football game's prayer with a ridiculous and meaningless protest. Oh, BDSM, you're up first. What say you?
Yes, they should not be allowed to do that, you dumb dickie.
Wrong. Wolf, you were the second to buzz in. What say you? Oh my.
I must have been those baked beans, but my answer is no, you don't interrupt a football game. Footballs go flying around, and we like to stare at them ritualistically, so no.
That's right. You are correct, Wolf. 100 horns for you. So that's 100 horns apiece so far. Oh. That sound means it's time for a try to peek in under the tent speed round. Whichever contestant is the closest wins. The question is, how many organizations are there that represent Satanism? Ladies first, BDSM, what say you?
3, you dumb dickie. There's the satanic.
No, that's wrong. Stop right there. I'm sorry. You're right. Wolf, what say you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm the Black Tabernacle Devil. I don't know. I don't think we need organizations for the devil, except for the Black Tabernacle of the Devil. So I'd say before that, maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, well, knock knock.
Who's there?
Wrong, Lobert. What say you?
Yeah. I gotta take a piss, motherfucker.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
I gotta go number 1.
1, that's correct. We have a winner. Congratulations, Lobert. You are the winner of the episode of Lice. Lice. If you fuck up, it will be nice for you. Lice. If you fuck up, it will be nice for you.
All right, so for episode 11, John, you know, we like to mix things up and make things interesting. So what do 2 straight guys do to make things interesting? Who do we invite?
A gay guy.
All right, let's do it.
All right. We have a very prominent member of the Church of Satan, Aden Ardennes.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Aden?
I'm doing good, but you guys said you were bringing a gay guy, so,
We weren't talking about you.
Well, that's what I'm getting.
He's here. He's in the closet.
We've got a surprise for you.
Why is he in the closet? Why isn't he sitting on my lap making sweet, sweet, sweet nipple play love to me? Like, I just got done working out. Do you know what that does to a man?
Not really, no.
Well, of course not.
Why don't you just tell us?
Oh, my God. I'm ready to rape a gazelle.
A gazelle.
A gazelle.
You gotta say it in Australian. A gazelle.
It's my Midwest accent. Leave me alone.
So, why
I'm
you
from
been,
the
man?
Midwest.
Oh, Midwest.
Huh? Wait, which one?
Go with Dorian.
I am. Yeah, I'm from there.
Where are you from?
Indiana, Northwest Indiana.
I am so sorry. I drove through there once. I came out so depressed. No, actually, it's great for camping when I was in Scouts. I loved going to Indiana for camping.
Well, it's great to have you on. We want to talk about what's going on in Aden's life right now. Tell us about your book that was released a while back, in case we have maybe 1 or 2 listeners that don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Militant eroticism. I was talked into doing that wonderful little compendium of me yelling at people. Pretty much the whole book is me telling you that you're a prude, you're a hypocrite, and you're silly, and you need to stop being silly and agree with me. Perfect. And then you won't be silly anymore. No, it's a bunch of episodes up until that point of the podcast, the segment I do on 9 Cents, Militant Eroticism, and I edited it, I expanded it, and I put a few essays in there extra, and then a sex ritual that I wrote and performed, and there we go. And I had my buddy Darren Diaz had write the foreword. High Priestess Nadramia was kind enough to do the afterword. So
awesome.
Yeah, it was the shining moment of this year, besides finally graduating college.
So. Awesome. I'm getting texts from Dorian right now. He said, "Ask about the sex ritual."
All right.
Wait, what?
What? So the sex
you heard that
ritual,
though. That's funny.
The sex ritual is you lay Dorian down on a table, and you cover his pecs in lard and Crisco, which I'm pretty sure are the same thing. Then you pinch his nipples and you say "Hail Satan" every single time, but in his ear. You have to shout it very clearly in his ear. And that's that, and then you nut on his feet, and then that's it. That's the whole thing.
Ew.
He's like, ew.
No, the sex ritual
Crispy
was
socks here, crispy socks there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like being a teenager all over again. Honey, why are all your tube socks in the trash? Trust me, you don't want to know. No, the sex ritual I wrote when I was working full time and going to school full time, and just I was like became pretty much celibate. So I wrote this ritual to kind of remind me of why I shouldn't be, and what I like, and that it's for a sexual release. So I changed it a bit, made it very user friendly for the book. But the whole point is to edge yourself while someone else forces things that you like on you, just to kind of the whole ritual is revving your engine, so to speak, until you can't take it anymore, and then you break free and rape the son of a bitch who's torturing you. How dare they?
So it's like an exercise in brinksmanship.
Kinda.
Oh, okay. I read about that once.
Just once?
Yeah. Well, I read it twice. But awesome. So how is the book, selling and stuff? Is it pretty successful, or?
It was. I was absolutely floored. It's done very well. And then at Conclave, just all the cute young boys who were coming up to me, grabbing my ass like I told them to.
I didn't grab your ass.
I grabbed yours and blamed it on your wife, but
That's right.
hey. But they were great, and it was. I got a lot of thank yous for my favorite essay, "The Young Satanist," which is about being young and being surrounded by people that you've heard about since you first came across Satanism. Yeah. So that essay meant the most to me. And it was really nice to have people my age and younger come up to me at when I'm out and about and say, that essay meant the world to me. And I'm like, oh, really? You were just adorable. Are you gay? No? Okay, well, thank you anyway.
You had a lot of people ask you about it at Conclave, right?
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah, I did. And it sold pretty well there, too. I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, I'm famous. Not really, but,
Will you sign my book? Yeah.
Yeah, it was one fuck of an ego boost, let me tell you. So
instead of feeling like a rock star, you felt like a cock star.
No,
too early. Which is what?
Yeah, but it's a flat out lie. Like, it's 2.25 inches. I can't be a cock star. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know.
Wow, that's brave.
That's awesome.
Well, it's not brave. It's just kind of like everybody's gonna know anyway. So. So awesome. I make sure of it. I have I have a link on the website. No, I'm joking. Cock everywhere on the Militant Eroticism website. Big pictures of my penis, or something that could be called a penis.
Yeah.
The doctor said it's kind of a clitoris with M&M testicles attached. But hey, whatever.
Are they peanut or plain?
Well, it depends on how much I have to poop.
Oh shit.
Exactly. Oh shit.
Oh god.
One starts hanging lower than the other. It's crazy.
Oh god. When my balls dropped, it was like sounded like 2 pennies hitting the floor. I'm not sure what
they dropped that far.
I was short. I hit puberty early. Maybe.
I'm sure you did.
At some point, I just start talking out of my ass. So
that's talented. So, aside from that, you've got a calendar coming out.
Oh yes, this church needs more cock in it. If I see one more pair of titties in a Church of Satan project, I will literally go to the Black House and go, now I told you no more titties. Why doesn't anybody listen to me? And then once again that they'll remind me that it's not okay to randomly show up on their front porch and yell at them.
It's funny.
So, but yeah, I wanted another project. I wanted something kind of shits and giggles, something fun. So I started asking other gay members and witches in the church about what kind of men do you like, and how do you like them? And a popular opinion was, a lot of sure we all like I think agree even on an aesthetic level that men look good in in a nice suit. They look kind of stern and powerful and masculine. It's like the classy dirty man. But I'm like, no, fuck that, And a lot of the people agreed with me. Like, no, I want to see some bodies. I'm like, right? Men are a piece of meat. You gotta savor those steaks.
I feel violated. Go ahead.
Well, you're not in it.
Because it wouldn't fit. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, really? You
have a big camera. I'm chubby. I'm not talking about my. Oh, go on.
Well, no. Let's go on and talk about that part of your body for a minute here.
Tuna can.
Yeah, it's a tuna can.
So I contacted a few different men that go around the clock, so I can show all kinds of the male form. And let me tell you, I have never seen so many straight men, because everybody in this is straight except me. And my God, we have some. Oh my God, one man came over to my apartment for the photo shoot. I walk in my office, he's butt-ass naked. I screamed. I was like, and I shut.
It was Adam, wasn't it? Adam Campbell, wasn't it?
It was not Adam Campbell. But damn, let me tell you, that man looks good in a wife beater, because that's the most I've ever seen of him. When I was hanging out with him, it was
wife beater.
It was a few of us hanging out in Marilyn Mansfield's hotel room, and he comes in a wife beater, and I just like, Adam, you are just sexy. He's like, yeah? I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, someone hand me a drink before I do something I shouldn't. Anyway, no. Adam is not one of the gentlemen that's in the calendar. But
one of the gentlemen in the calendar was an Adam. I'm kidding. You opened it up.
Oh, actually, yes, there is an Adam in the calendar. That there is. So anyway, one of the guys comes over and he's like butt-ass naked, and I'm like, you are just beautiful. And I have a buddy of mine crashing on my sofa because he worked late and didn't want to go all the way back to Manhattan. So he's crashing in my apartment, and I scream at the poor guy. I wake him up. He goes, Aden, what's wrong? I'm like, there's a beautiful naked man in my office. Because there's always some fucking naked dude in your office. And rolls back over and goes back to sleep. I'm like, no, you fail to appreciate how gorgeous the situation is. And the guy's wife is standing there like, I can't believe I'm letting my husband get naked in front of a gay dude. I'm like, you're a good woman. So as a thank you, I took them both out to dinner.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if he's confident in his own sexuality, then why does he got to worry about you seeing him naked, right?
Oh my God, right? Who cares what he's thinking? That was just beautiful. I had to like, damn, be professional. Holy shit! Look at that man's dick. Being professional.
What month was he? I mean, yeah, that's it.
I'm not
obviously not a cold month.
He's July. Yeah.
No, actually, what month is he? I can't even remember. What's my file? Who knows? My desk is a mess right now. No, but I'm not saying. But we have a good round subject, or models of every body type. It's going to be nice. I think everybody's going to be very happy. And I hired someone to make all the photos look good. Most people hired professional photographers for it, so it's going to be good.
Yeah, Marlene's looking forward to it.
Oh, I bet she is. She's going to have a good time. A few of the women have been emailing me like, when is it coming? I need to masturbate. I'm like, go buy porn. The old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got new batteries for my bullet. Right? Anyway,
Ew.
that went over like a fart in church. So you've got the book, you've got the calendar coming out. You sound pretty busy. I know that you do the segment on 9 Cents. Tell us about that. How'd that come about?
Well, a while ago, Adam Campbell approached my buddy Dorian Deicide, and me and him are pretty much inseparable in our private lives. Mm-hmm. So he was approached about doing politics. Excuse me. And Adam had mentioned that he was looking for more contributors, and Darren put me up because at the time I was doing Naughty Bits with Heather Height. And so Adam messaged me, and we started talking about it, and that was pretty much it. Yeah. I told him what I wanted to do, that the only thing I'm good for is fucking. So he's like, well, you can't like fuck on the internet, so you need to.
But you can talk about it.
Yeah, you got to talk about it. I'm like, oh well, fine, whatever.
Right on.
Awesome.
Cool.
So you're pretty busy. Let's go back to Little Aden growing up, and tell us about how you found Satanism.
Well, start with like how your family life and all that, growing up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I my mother is 100% Lebanese. My dad is Swedish and French Canadian, and my dad converted, in air quotes, to Islam to marry my mother, and I was raised very loosely Muslim.
Oh wow.
Yeah, very loosely. My parents' attitude, well, until I came out that I was gay, but that was more my father. My parents' attitude was like, listen, don't bother with the details of any religion. Just know that, the Judeo-Christian, when they said all religion has some truth to it, and that there's a God, there's a devil, there's a heaven, there's a hell, good goes up, bad goes down, that's all you need to know. But that wasn't good enough for me. My dad actually talked me out of studying theology in college. I love religion. I absolutely adore religion. Half my bookshelves are covered in holy books and philosophy and history books and mythology books. I just love that shit.
Right.
And it didn't help that they sent me to Catholic school. So, at home I'm Muslim, at school I'm Catholic. And I'm like, well, this is very confusing. So, but, my life wasn't, growing up, I kept to myself, and I played with action figures and dolls a lot. And I liked, playing out little stories and writing them down and things like that. I lived a lot in my head, and not much has really changed. I'm still kind of a homebody. I still look out the window. I play The Sims. I live in my head a lot. And I didn't really have too many friends. I didn't want to talk to kids. I just kind of did when I had to. So, and my parents tried throwing me in a bunch of different sports. None really took, though. I was very good at hockey. Yeah, my dad being French Canadian, it just kind of came over.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm good at throwing shoes at people too, but that's all parents stuff.
That's a part of hockey, right? That works as long as there's a skate on it.
Yeah, that's why they told me to leave the game. And I'm like, sorry, I got confused. Cultural differences. So, no, but Boy Scouts, I spent my entire life in Boy Scouts from I think age 9 to 18. Boy Scouts I loved. I'm still good friends with my old Scoutmaster. Every time I go back to Detroit, I still have dinner with him. Like when I came out that I was gay and I ran away for a little bit, I went to his house. And he's like die-hard Christian. But he's one of the best men I ever had the privilege of knowing. So,
cool.
Oh yeah, I love Scouts. I absolutely loved it. Camping, whitewater raft. I was lucky enough to have a really good troop because we did shit. We went canoeing, we went whitewater rafting. I spent 2 or 3 weeks in, the mountains on the border of New Mexico and Colorado. There's this Boy Scout camp called Philmont. It's actually in New Mexico, and it was a survival trip. Like no showers, no nothing. You wanted water, you got it from a river, and you better put an iodine tablet in there, which made everything taste like shit. But that was the best time of my life. 90 pounds on your back going 20 miles a day. It was fantastic. Since I went once, maybe I can go again. But yeah, Boy Scouts was just, I miss camping. I want to go down to South Jersey and go camping for a week, but I can't find anybody to go with me. They're like, for a week? No, 2 days in a cabin and we'll need running water. I'm like, that's not fucking camping. What the hell's wrong with you people? You know what you do? You get some lake soap. It's a special kind of bar soap you can buy. And you get naked in a pond and you scrub the radiation off your ass like everybody else used to do. Right. We're going to get back to nature and scrub the nuclear waste out of your anus. That's how we do it.
It's kind of like the people that show up at campgrounds with RVs and they think they're camping. They got like widescreen TV outside of their camper and shit.
Yeah, fucking blender going, making margaritas.
Yeah.
Fuck those people. No. Shit, man. You're not camping unless you're worried about a bear.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
And you have to walk a mile to hang a bear back. Now that is camping.
Damn. Awesome.
I love it. It's the only time you'll see me get really down and dirty. Like, I never wear jeans. I'm always overly dressed for everything.
You grow a beard?
Well, I have a beard right now, actually. But,
you go Grizzly Adams with it, though?
Oh, yeah. I wear flannels, jeans, and I'm like the first one up, and I'm cooking breakfast over a fire, and, nice. I whittle some wood. I love whittling wood.
I get it.
Oh, I'm happy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And John, I gotta say thank you again. This necklace is fan-fucking-tastic. That brimstone one.
Yeah.
It had a guy came up to me at the bar last night. He's like, "That's a beautiful pendant." He starts flipping. You know what? I made out with a guy at a bar just because of that pendant. So thank you.
That was actually John's intention, was to attract men with it. So
yeah,
I'm telling you, everything's for me. Everything's for me and about me.
Getting you laid. Yeah, definitely.
There's your motto. I'll leave you a testimonial. I Satanist to help get Aden Ardennes laid.
Thanks to I Satanist, I fuck.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
That's a true story. It really did. Like, I got the guy's number and he was beautiful. I'm like, I'm not even an ass man, but goddamn, I'd spent all day with my tongue like 10 inches in that thing.
Oh, okay.
Hey, artist here. I'm a visual dude.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to go into excruciating detail about it. Taste bud to hemorrhoid, buddy. Let me tell you. And I swear to God, if you edit that out, I'm going to have personal issues with both of you.
I'm not editing shit.
It'll stay in, don't worry.
I'm not editing shit.
That's
the kind of show we are, so.
I leave it naked. I mean, you know what I mean.
You're sitting there naked?
No, I leave the... I'm talking about the audio. Don't worry.
Yeah, we hope not. So tell us now about your discovery of Satanism then.
Well, I was really interested in witchcraft and whatnot. At a certain point in my religious studies, after I looked at the Torah and Judaism.
Sorry.
Stop that. My roommate is Jewish. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
He's an atheist, but he still loves the Jewish hymns, I guess you would call them. And
Yeah,
and I'm like, shut the fuck up. He's like, listen, if you can sing Marilyn Manson on a loop at the top of your lungs in the shower, I can do this. Like, that's not the same goddamn thing. But anyway. So I started looking at, Greece and Rome, and I got really into paganism, and I always loved horror and witchcraft and stuff. So I first bought the Satanic Bible when I went to Borders Books in Southgate, Michigan, and I kind of hid it in the stack so my mother would buy it, and she wasn't paying attention because it was hard enough for her just to buy her son witchcraft books. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13. And so I just kind of hid it in there. And she's like, yeah, honey, whatever. Buy whatever the fuck you want. So she thought it was just a phase. But then again, she thought everything was a phase. And everything stuck. The poor woman. So, and I was only interested in the Satanic Bible for the ritual section. So the first time I read it, it was when I was reading Nothing But Magic. Then later on, I was reading Marilyn Manson's autobiography, The Long Hard Road Out of Hell. There's a chapter about when he was close with Anton LaVey.
Yeah.
So, and like, I'm a huge Manson freak. So,
I have a signed copy on my bookshelf. He gave
you're a
me a signed
cunt,
copy.
and you're a cunt. And again, you're like a dick and a cunt. You know,
I was on the phone with him one time years ago over something, and he wanted something of mine, and I sent it, and then he sent me the book, so it was pretty cool.
I hate you. I met him once when I went to his Against All Gods tour. It was a birthday gift from when I was 16.
Yeah.
And I met him in the alley, and he signed a Bible page for me. That he tore out during the concert. It was great. But anyway, and again, never have me at your house because you'll be missing something. And I'm warning you now. Besides your dignity, you will be missing that book.
I'll lock it up in the gun safe before you arrive. Don't worry.
And you have guns; those will be missing as well.
You can't get in there. It's gonna take 20 guys 8 hours to get in there.
I'm jealous. I had to leave all my guns in Michigan. But anyway, so I went. I'm like, oh, well, look at, and Manson in that explains why he liked LaVey and that he wasn't a Satanist, but he likes Satanism. Yeah. So I went back and read the whole thing, and I was like, oh my God, someone stole my idea. No, no, it was great. And I was like, oh well, this is nice. I'm not alone. Yeah, and then I think a year or two later, I met Darren on the internet, and he was the first other Satanist I ever met. And then when I moved out here, that's when I met other Satanists. So I only started meeting other Satanists about 5 years ago. Darren Diaz was the only one I had known for a while. Huh. Well, besides a non-member, but considers himself a Satanist, and he lives in Missouri.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was it, and I joined, I don't know, 3 years ago, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
I think I wanted to wait until I talked to High Priest Gilmore about a few things, and when I got that opportunity, and I loved his answers, I was like,
He always has the best answers, doesn't he?
He does. I thought I cornered him on something, and then I'm like, oh, you're a dick. Like, how dare you be smarter than me? How dare you, sir? Bravo. No, he was very nice enough to give me his time, and I'm sure some of the questions I had and how I approached them could have been very annoying and could have been construed as insulting. So So I tried. I mean, I didn't come up to him and go, "Hey, bitch, explain this." But I was as blunt as I could be while being as polite as I could be. But I had questions, and he answered. And so I'm like, all right. So I signed my name on the dotted line, and that was it. Then I waited for active membership, because I think when I went to Conclave, who the fuck remembers? It was only a few months ago, but I was drunk that entire weekend. But no, I didn't. I waited for active membership because I wanted to graduate college and publish a book, and I wanted to show like, hey, I'm not some pretty face on the internet that can just say some funny and dirty things. It's easy. So I wanted to wait.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, I think so. So I was happy I got in.
All right. Well, Aden, we asked this of all our guests. What does Satan mean to you?
How do I put this? I know what I wrote on my active application, but now I think I should have written something else. I see all the qualities, the best qualities within myself, but exaggerated to a romantic and ideal form. So it's when I'm before him, before the Baphomet or before the statue I have on my altar of him, it's me. It's my idealized self. And as I guess, what did LaVey say? As I commune with him, I the goal is to inch closer to my ideal as realistically as possible.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the way Ayn Rand wrote her characters. They were all romantic ideals. Yeah, she gets a lot of shit because all her characters are just that. They're romantic ideals. People like that don't exist, and they never could, and they never will. But but I like that, and that's how I take Satan. John Galt to Ayn Rand is Satan to me. So
who is John Galt? I'm kidding.
Don't start with me.
No, it's honestly, I got this is our 11th episode. I've got to say that's the sixth favorite.
12th best answer.
Oh my god, I'm at the bottom. The 12th best answer.
No, no. I said this is our 11th, and that's the 6th.
He says that to everybody.
Oh well, you're a dick.
I can't argue with you there.
I know. I met you. You are a dick.
And
That's why I like you so much.
Knows,
I know, right?
If anybody knows dicks, it's a den. So,
right? Oh my god! Didn't you guys ever see that video of me blowing a penis cup at Marilyn Mansfield's house at dinner?
Yes, I have.
Of course you did.
I can't unsee that, but
it was her fault. She actually gave me the cup as a gift. She was like, "Honey, trust me. You need this more than my children do." I'm like, "Why would your children drink out of this?"
Oh shit!
Well, sir, I love that woman so much.
We all do, and her food.
Oh my god, that's why she. I have her anytime I throw a party. I'm like, Marilyn, she's like, yes, I'll cook.
You're so lucky having her right there,
Oh yeah, I went to her house for Thanksgiving dinner. It was great. She's an amazing cook, and her and Zoth they're fantastic people. I adore them both.
Heck yeah.
So, oh yeah, absolutely. And my dad, oh my god, my dad loves Marilyn. My mom's still pissed at me. I gave him a signed copy of one of Marilyn's photos from the days before the dolls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was happy. It was my apology for making him drive me and my then boyfriend out here from Detroit. Like he's always been a little bit uncomfortable with me being gay, and what does he do? He drives me and my boyfriend, almost 10 years older than me. So I was like not even a month into being 22, and I pick up with like less than $1,000 in my pocket, move out to New York City with a boyfriend who's in his early 30s, and he's just like, I can't believe I'm doing this. In the middle of some of the worst blizzards.
Oh man!
Oh my god! A 7-hour drive turned into almost 20. It was bad.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, we got out on the freeway and had a snowball fight. That's how bad it was. Because no, you couldn't move. The snow was so bad. It was awesome. I was like, what a welcome to my new home.
Oh shit! Man.
Awesome. Well, Den, I gotta say, man, it was great having you on. Great talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, and look forward to having you back again.
Oh well, thank you for having me on. I've been looking forward to the invitation. Because I'm that arrogant. Like, of course they're gonna ask me. Who wouldn't? I'm blonde. I have a nice ass. I'm blue-eyed. I'm white.
Oh man.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a racial thing. I know.
That's not true.
I'm just happy you don't hold me accountable for ISIS and 9/11 and all that shit.
No, not you. No. Maybe your dad, but not you. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
my dad's not Arab. He's the actual white one. It's my mother. Jesus, she's the Arab.
Oh.
Yeah. But what do women do? Nothing.
Ouch.
In the Arab culture, I'm not a misogynist. I'm just gay. You first have to care about women in order to hate them. That's my line, and I'm sticking to it.
Awesome. And with that, we will close this out.
All right.
Aden, thank you so much again. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan, guys.
Well, John, that was another awesome show. I think we used the force to get through that one.
I used my shorts, but yeah, I hear you.
The game show. Oh, did you? Is your shorts as big as mine?
Probably not. No.
So anyway, we had a good talk about the force, of course, and
Force, of course.
Force, of course, and a horse is a horse, of course.
Oh boy.
What the fuck are we talking about? And then, of course, we had the amazing game show. Wow.
Yeah, Lot Lice.
That was fucked up.
That was awesome. Really,
I want some of those prizes.
I'm sure you do. And as always, Aden.
Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely a different twist.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back, and we love him for it.
Right, exactly. All right, that was a great show, man.
Till next time.